Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here on a Friday night. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Let me know if everything is good on my end. We've got 37 people already in here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you being with us tonight. As you can see, I'm flying solo tonight. I was hoping maybe that Michael might be able to, but Michael is dealing with some family issues as his mother is really, really sick at this point. So please say a special prayer for Michael, NC Relic Hunter. We really appreciate him, and our thoughts and prayers are with him as he deals with this difficult family situation at this time. But again, I'm here. I tried to get Calabash to come on. He's working, and so just I'm on my own, so I'm flying solo. So hopefully everybody can deal with me, guys. If I miss a question, I apologize. I'll do my best to try to keep up with the questions and give a quick response. If I miss something, then please just let me know, and we'll be glad to hook you up. And if I do miss it, you can shoot me an email, and I'll have the email up really, really soon. So as always, we like to give a couple of shout outs to start our show. Tesh Ridge Digger's in the house. Glad to have him in here. Mr. Digging Daryl, great supporter of the channel. Appreciate you being here tonight, Digging Daryl. Damian Thorne, also great supporter of the channel. We got the Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group. Go check out their group. They do a really special job for you guys that are on Facebook. They put up a lot of good stuff, a lot of good information from a lot of creators, as well as some posts. So go check them out too. They're a good supporter of our channel as well. Mr. Chris, appreciate him being here tonight. My man James Bazell. James does not miss a post. I really appreciate you, James. Thank you. Matthew McCann is on here, TGIF. I know, I'm glad it's Friday too. Thank you for being here, Matthew. Michael is tuning in from afar, but we're glad to have Michael in here, Mr. NC Relic Hunter. Mr. Ricky Bennett, always a great supporter of the channel. And we're going through this list. Boy, we got a lot of people in here. So let's see where I left off. Gosh, I got so many. And okay, we're back to where we were. Mr. James Lettner, glad to have you in here. CM Digger, appreciate you coming in live from Louisiana. Thanks for being here. Key for Oz, glad to have you in here tonight. Mr. Sniff It Out's in here. Thank you, Sniff It Out. Mr. William Birch, glad to have you in here, William. Mr. Joe Dirt, appreciate you being in here. Don't Tread on Me Metal Detecting is in here with us tonight. Appreciate him being here. Miss Digging Canuck, glad to have you in here with us tonight. Mr. LC Hunt, glad he's in here. And he said he's glad to be on time tonight. And I'm glad I was on time. I like to run the little intro a little bit long. That just makes sure I got everything the way I want it before I start. So bear with me on that. Heather Norman, glad to have you in here tonight, Heather. We appreciate you. Mr. Wisco Detect, glad to have you in here. Mr. Bobby Short, always a great supporter of the channel. Mr. Josh Sipes, and we've got some finds coming up from Josh, so I can't wait to share those. Mr. Jess Hardy, glad to have you in here, Jess. Appreciate you being here. Mr. Joe Albano, glad to have you in here. Workman's Adventures, always here. Glad to have you as well. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Relics and Rings, my main man. Glad to have you in here. Relics and Rings does a great job with his channel as well. Go check him out. He's an awesome dude. And I've had the privilege of meeting him, and he's a supporter of me, and I'm a supporter of him too. So appreciate him being in here tonight. Mr. Tex Kinsey, also a great supporter of the channel. Trying to get through everybody here. Mr. Blasted Cat, also great supporter of the channel. Appreciate Blasted Cat. Surfside Dan, my main man. Surfside Dan and I will be together tomorrow going out on a great adventure. Surfside Dan did really good the last time we went out. We're going to see if we can duplicate some of that success tomorrow together. So glad to have Surfside Dan with us and Mr. Alabama Digger. All right. So I hope everybody's, we got one more. Two Too Much Trash one. Glad to have you in here, Too Much Trash. So, again, glad to have everyone in here with us tonight on Friday night. I know that takes us commitment because a lot of us have worked all week and sometimes we just want to chill and do other things. But I appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight as I'm flying solo. You'll notice I got on my Deus 2 t-shirt, and we might have one of those to give away tonight. We'll have to wait and see. But again, we're going to be doing a giveaway, maybe a couple of giveaways tonight. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that and get your name in the running for that. Pay attention to the show. And we'll be doing that really, really soon. So again, I hope everybody's had a wonderful and fantastic week as they prepare for their weekend. Maybe you guys are getting out and going out hunting. I know I'm planning on it, like I said, with Dan. So Dan and I are going to be getting out. But as always, you guys know our routine. We always like to begin with some of the finds of our followers. So I want to share some of the finds that have been submitted to me for me to share. And I love sharing these things. Yes, it is. It's a nice t-shirt. Really soft cotton too, which I like a lot. So I like to begin always with our finds of the week. So one of the things that I love doing is sharing what you guys are finding. And if you guys are interested in sharing your finds, you can always send them to me at sransc@gmail.com. And we will get your finds up on the show to share. Try to make it something recent. And then also, too, if you do send in a find, sort of tell me a little bit of information about it. There's going to be some things that you guys send to me that I'm not going to know what they are. So definitely tell me what it is and describe maybe the situation, maybe even what machine you were using, what program settings, because again, this channel is about sharing information as well as providing you guys with some entertainment as well. So again, we are going to be doing that. And if you want to share your finds, again, sransc@gmail.com. And I will get your finds up. So we're going to begin with our finds of the week. So let's add that to our stage. And these are some of the great finds that were submitted this past week from some of our followers. Now, the first one is from Mr. Josh Sipes. And Josh is on here right now. And he sent me a few. So I've sort of been just dwindling them out slowly but surely, but I wanted to share his finds as these were two that really stuck out to me that he sent. And Josh might be able to tell us about the first button. It looks like an infantry button. And then also too, he's got a nice, beautiful seated coin. And I cannot remember the date. Josh might be able to tell me because I can't quite make it out on the screen. So what is it? A 1850 is what it looks like, Josh. If you're on here, you can tell us a little bit about that coin. Okay. But again, we got a nice button over here. Looks like an infantry button. And then we have a 1850 seated Liberty coin, which is a beautiful coin. I love finding seated Liberties. I know a lot of you guys love finding those as well. So there you go. So there, again, thank you, Josh, for submitting those. Okay, Josh just told us. So Josh says that first button is a 1st Battalion Mexican Army button. Oh, wow. That is so cool. 1832 to 1834. And Josh, I believe I'm right on this. That might have been the group that attacked the Alamo. Am I correct on that? Because I think it's 1830s for the Alamo, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, the beautiful seated Liberty coin. Josh says that the coin is 1840. So there we go. Right. Yes, that's a really superb find. And one other thing about Josh makes a product called the P cord that you can purchase through him. I'm sure he'll be glad to share any information, but it is a lanyard that you can attach to your pinpointer. And it's made of a really nice, strong nylon, stretchy nylon that I'm using right now on with my pinpointer with my MI6, and I love it. But Josh definitely did a good job with those, and he definitely has a great product going with the P cord. So there you go. Yes. Relics and Rings says, nice. I always like finding seeded coins. They are beautiful. And Heavy Metal Detecting, the Facebook group, says, Josh, nice find. And Joe Babin says, my Xterra Pro will be here Monday. Can't wait to get started. Well, Joe, we can't wait to see you using that Xterra. So come back and show us some of your great finds once you get that thing up and running. The Xterra Pro, great machine for a great price. So definitely come back and show us what's going on there. Don't Tread on Me Metal Detecting says 10 years in, and I've dug reals, Drake bust downs, but still never been sat down. And that's a hard thing to do. You have just, again, it's location for a lot of these things, but, a seeded coin is a beautiful coin. I love those coins, and I've gotten a few, so I love finding seeded coins for sure. NC Relic Hunter says the P cord is great. He's got 2 of them. And Josh also has that, and I'm sure he'll be glad to leave that in the chat, Josh. And you can hook some people up with some P cords because they're all interested in them. Wisco Detect's in here. Of course, he says, hello, Josh. Thanks for sharing your find. Glad to have Wisco in here. As always, he does a great job of helping me moderate. So I appreciate Wisco being in here as well. Metal Detecting with CZ Kid. Glad to have him in here. Always a great supporter of the channel. Appreciate Wisco and Metal Detecting with CZ Kid in here. And Bobby Short says, Josh must live in Texas. I bet he does if he found a Mexican army. So, and I don't know that I missed Josh's. Josh, did you ever tell me if that was from the group that attacked the Alamo? And he probably knows. Digging Darrell said, I would enjoy coming in live with you sometime. Talking won't bring much teaching, but I bring entertainment for sure. Digging Darrell, might have to take you up on that. And there's a couple of you that I've got invites coming. So you guys stay tuned. I know there's a few of you that have said, hey, you'd be glad to join in with me. And we might have to take some of you up on that offer. We got some guests and things lined up too in the future. So I've got a lot of really, really nice stuff coming to you guys coming really, really soon. So stay tuned for that. Metal Detecting says, yeah, thank you, CZ Kid. Steve Pickles coming in to us from Panama City, Florida. Yes. Well, most of what we're showing tonight is not on the beach. So Steve, we've left you some stuff on the beach for sure. Workman's Adventure says awesome finds. Joe Albano says getting the Deus 2 on Tuesday. How much has the update improved it? I think it's improved it a lot. I think it's given it some benefits, some unmasking capabilities, and a lot of great features that we're going to be talking a little bit about tonight as we go through here. And I've got a lot of people in here tonight. NC Lost Relic Recovery. So glad to have you in here, buddy. Appreciate you being here tonight with us. Great supporter of the channel, and he follows me on a couple of the other platforms. So glad he's here. Josh says he's north of Houston, far out from the Alamo. That would be cool. It would be. It sure would, Josh. Wisco to Texas. Teach, where did you get that shirt? Well, you know where I got it from. XP sent it to me. So, yeah, I really like it. And this is the first time I've worn it, too. So glad to have it and show it off. And hopefully I'm going to be doing some future projects with XP coming up in the near future. And if I do get some news about some of that, then I'll announce that and let you guys know what's going on there. But maybe there'll be some opportunities for some of you guys to get one of these t-shirts real soon. So again, Steve Pickle says thanks. Thanks for that. Yes. I'm trying not to miss anybody. You guys are coming in with some comments. Different machine since version 1 and up. That is so true. Don't tread on me. It is. It's a lot different. And I said this last weekend when we were talking, how the XP Deus 2 with this version 1.10 update, it's almost like learning a lot of the new features on it. It's almost like learning a new machine with so many things that they've added. Josh Sipes says, Chris, I'm on all socials. There you go. If you guys are interested in the P cord, I was looking to see if I could grab my pinpointer, but I don't think I have it in here with me. But if you guys are interested, Josh just put the information down there. He's on all socials at Vets Dig Beeps. And he said you can instant message him on those social media platforms. So get you a P cord. I'm telling you, you'll love it. He's got different lengths of them. I love mine. I use it all the time. And Josh was real nice enough to send it to me, try it out. And I was really impressed with it. And I would highly recommend one, as well as NC Relic Hunter would recommend one. William Burt says, I'm old school metal detecting. I've been doing it for 45 plus years. Would be glad to come on and help with my experience in the field. Okay, William. Well, we might be taking you guys, some of you guys might be taking you up on some of those offers, as we're going to be opening up more next year. Going to have more guests on. It's not just going to be me and Michael, or me and Calabash, because there's a lot of people out there that have tons of knowledge that they can share with each and every one of us. So I am going to try to open it up to some others that may have some great knowledge and things that they would like to share. So I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and offering those things up. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's go to our next set of finds. And I don't think he's on here tonight. I haven't seen him. If I did, I might have missed him. I hope I didn't miss him. But the next find is from Mr. Doug Atkins. And he has dug a ton of 3-ringers, and he sent those to me. Love finding 3-ringers. Of course, you guys know I'm a Civil War artifact nut. I love relics from the Civil War. Doug shared us some finds last week, and he came back and shared these with me today. And of course, digging 3-ringers is a lot of fun. Michael, NC Relic Hunter, goes up into Virginia sometimes, and he goes and he hunts for those 3-ringer bullets and old shrapnel pieces and all sorts of things. But again, I love seeing these 3-ringers. They're beautiful, beautiful finds. And again, congratulations to Doug. I don't think I've seen him on here tonight, but maybe he'll catch the replay and he will see. Yeah, Relics and Rings says, yes, he could dig 3-ringers. And I'm that way too. I love digging lead. I mean, and that lead sounds really good, especially on the Deus too. So again, very, very nice. Matthew McCann says, thank you, Matthew. And we really appreciate Doug. Yes, it's found a magazine, did you? Yeah. And I've seen some people find more than those. I saw a picture yesterday. You wouldn't believe the amount of 3-ringers that this person showed me off of one site. And it was a massive amount. So again, but I love seeing these 3-ringers. I love investigating them. I love finding the Confederate infield bullets too, as you know, that's a pretty, those weren't used quite widely. And of course, as the war went on, they quit using those infield bullets and started making their own bullets. So definitely a lot different, or mini balls, which are what they're called. Yes, nice drop 3-ringers, definitely. Hi, Fred's in here. Glad to have him in here as well. So those are some of our finds. I only got a few. I mean, I can share mine from last week in case you guys missed it. But these were my finds from last week, or last couple of weeks. I found 2 General Service Eagle buttons. This is only the one of them. A nice basket weave button, which is high quality. And I actually found 3 buckles when I was hunting with Dan. So these are some beautiful finds that I picked up on my last couple of adventures. So I'll share those with you guys as well. But love finding this stuff, and I'm looking forward to going out tomorrow and maybe having a bunch of other things to show you. And for you guys that have been watching the videos, thank y'all so much. I'm trying to get my channel up and growing. And we've made some progress over the last week or so. And the channel is growing and moving. And anytime you guys go over there and watch, please share the video with others, just so I can get more watch time hours up and so on, as that helps that algorithm and helps push the channel to other people who are interested in this kind of stuff. So again, I appreciate you guys. Again, we're here sharing information, trying to, help everyone become better metal detectors. with their machines of their choice as well. So Steve Pickle says he's going to Tennessee for a new year. Maybe I can get some of these. You could in Tennessee. There's definitely a possibility. NC Relic Hunter says, remember, guys, some of the union guys emptied their cartridge boxes out if they got wet. That's true. He's exactly right. Great save. Relics and Rings says, nice. Thank you, Relics and Rings. And Matthew McCann says, love Civil War finds too. Thank you, Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group. Appreciate you being here with us. So those are our finds. And that leads us to what we're going to be talking about tonight. So let's get rid of this real quick and remove that. And here I am back. So some of you may have noticed today, I put up a couple of polls trying to figure out some things. I'm gathering some information for XP. And so one of the things that I wanted to gather some information about is going to be coils. So let's talk a little bit about the coils for the XP Deus 2. And I want to know from you guys, what would you like to see from XP? Now, I put up the 5x9 elliptical or a 6-inch round. Which one of those would you prefer? And sort of tell me why you think you would prefer that particular one. Also, I've had some people say that they'd like to see even a larger coil, a 15-incher. Is that something that you guys want to see? So I'm trying to gather some information for XP, and I figured this crowd is the best crowd to sort of give me an indicator. Whether you use an XP or not, most of you are familiar with other coils. So I'm really curious as to hear what you guys feel as far as the coils. Do you like the small elliptical? Do you like the round 6-inch for a small coil? And would you be interested in a 15-inch coil for the Deus 2? So I'm going to let you guys sort of fill me in on that. Since yes, you need to send them to me, definitely, for sure. Metal detecting with the CZ Kid says 9x5 immediately. Oh, and range the frequencies up to 70 kilohertz. So I know a lot of you have said, hey, I'd like to see the higher frequencies, just like we had with the original elliptical. And so, yeah, I would like to see that too. My question is, and I think I've talked to NC Relic Hunter about this. I've talked to Calabash about this. And I think the thing that they're trying to figure out, and we both feel like this is going to be something that they're working with right now, and that's how to make it waterproof and the battery. Because, you know, with the original elliptical, you had to push that battery up into the shaft. So they're going to have to make some way to seal that battery off, because that coil is going to need that battery, and it's going to be hard to fit the battery inside the coil. So I think that's what they're working on, but I'm not totally sure. But that's where I think this is going. So a lot of you, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Yes, please hit that like button. That like button helps me out with the algorithm. So a lot of you have said 5x9. Alabama Digger says 5x9 elliptical with higher frequency than 40. I agree. I think that would be awesome, especially for these people that look for those small gold nuggets, maybe even out west. I think the 5x9 would be great. So the 5x9 seems to be the general census. Hey, Gary Ian, glad to have you in here. Appreciate you. Sniff It Out says 5x9 and a 17-inch round coil. Wow, 17-inch coil. With the Deus 2 being so light, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility to have a 15 or 17-inch coil, and maybe it doesn't pull on it quite so bad. But I'll be interested to see what XP comes up with. But I want to get your opinions first before I start compiling all this data and this information to share with them and see if there's something going on, and maybe something maybe we can look forward to, and to let them know, hey, the customers, the consumers of these products, these are some of the things that they would love to see. Metal detecting with CC Kids have plenty of expansion on the XP Deus 2, going to be interesting for years to come. I think so too. I think that they've made this machine and designed this machine Because think about it, when the Deus 1 or when the original Deus came out, what was it, 2011, 2012? And that thing ran up until 2021. I mean, come on, that's a long time. That's 10 years. So when they make a machine, they make it to where it's going to go for a pretty long time before they're going to have to update. So, yes, I agree with metal detecting with the CZ Kid. Digging Daryl says a 5x10 Coltech coil for the Equinox was awesome. Awesome. I would like to see the same for the Deus too. It had great depth and separation. So true. So true. Blasted Cat says, I have all three Deus 2 coils other than the gold prospecting. It's going to be hard to beat the 9-inch coil. I love the 9-inch. And I like the elliptical on the original Deus. The only problem I had with the elliptical was the sweet spot on that coil. I mean, it was really small. You had to really get over something, and you had to go very, very slow in some cases just to pick it up. But I think the Deus 2 is going to be a little more responsive and quick to pick up on some of those smaller targets, tucked in iron or tucked in trash, that maybe the original one didn't. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Bobby Short says 5x9. Thank you, Bobby Short. I appreciate that. Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group says 6-inch is nice for tight spots and corn stalks, and an 18-inch allows to cover so much faster. I agree. I think they should come out with 2 more coils. I think a 5x9 or either a 15, 17, 18, just one bigger size coil to cover more ground and more area. So that would be where I would go if I were them. And again, you guys are helping me with compiling that information. 6-inch ram, really enjoyed it on the Equinox. I actually used it too. I found a bunch of stuff with that small 6-inch coil. Stephen Pickle says, haven't used my Garrett yet, and now I guess I need a Deus too. Well, hey, again, all machines are good. It just depends on how well we learn them, where we take them. All of those things factor into it, Steve. So, if you got a Garrett, use that Garrett, get familiar with it. And then if you want to upgrade to a Deus 2, you can definitely do that. Of course, most of the people that are on here tonight are XP users, but there are so many good machines out there, and you can find stuff with those machines. So get familiar with that Garrett, get into it, learn it very well, and go out and find some stuff, and then if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade to a Deus 2. The WS6 is an affordable machine at $699. So, or at least that's what it was during the Black Friday deal. I don't think it's that anymore, but you might be able to find it somewhere. But again, WS6 Master, really good machine, Deus 2 capability, lighter weight. If you're not doing any water hunting, it's going to be awesome for you, for sure. Trying to catch up with everybody. Alabama Digger says that he also wants a pulse induction coil. Oh, yeah, deep. Well, again, I think if you added a 15 or 17-inch coil, I think that might hit deep for us as well. So, yeah, NC Relic Hunter says a pulse induction would be good. James Bazell says carbon fiber shaft and a 5x9 coil. All right, I agree with that too. Nice carbon fiber. The lower rod for the 13-inch is a carbon fiber coil, but it would be nice to have full carbon fiber for the Deus 2 shaft. So maybe that's something that they can work on. Joe Dirt says used the 5x9 with the Deus 1 and loved it. So one for the Deus 2 would be good. Definitely. I agree so much, Joe. And I think it's coming. I really do. I just don't know when, and I haven't heard anything yet affirmative for that. Really, you could put a dinner plate on a Deus 2 and it will perform excellent. No additional coils or a bad selection. And I agree. It's just an amazing machine, and I enjoy using it, and that's why I'm such a big fan of it. And again, there are a lot of really good machines out there for relic hunting, and for what I do, the Deus 2 is just a machine that I really love. So again, very good machine. James Pizzell, Detect Ed, has a carbon fiber. They said they would have a carbon middle, and he's right. They sure do. Don't Tread on Me says the Deus 1 with the HF coil run at 74 was digging steel shot at 5 inches. Yeah, you're going to dig some small targets. I used it in an iron patch that Calabash and I were hunting in, and I was digging every little lead BB that was out there with that thing. But it did find some small flat buttons and some other things that I probably would have missed if I would have been using my regular 9. So I do know that it works really, really, really well. So I'm trying to catch up with everybody. I would have a larger beach coil, but that 5x9 would be a park and seated hunt beast. I agree, Josh, for sure. Hey, how deep do you want to dig, Brian? I don't really want to dig that deep. I'll be honest. I hate digging deep on the beach. And I have been using the Extreme. Dan will tell you, I dug a deep hole the other day with the Extreme. I was just digging and digging and digging. But we got into a great trash pit with the Extreme. It found this trash pit, and I just loved it because I was pulling out bottles, and I'm a bottle nut too, as well, which you guys can see some of the bottles behind me. But yeah, we got into that trash pit, and I bet I dug at least 3 or 4 foot down, and I had a big hole by the time I was finished. Wild here, glad to no, you haven't really missed. You missed the finds, and we've sort of been talking about coils. What's some things that you guys want to see? So Wild here, I'll let you leave your comments in there. Digging Daryl says 11 by 13 covers plenty of area. We really need a 5x8 coil. I agree. We're all saying that. Let's go really small. How about a 4x6 and a 5-inch round like they have for the old White's machines? Could be. Maybe there is a benefit to having it a little smaller than what we're typically used to, in some of those tight spots and some of these places where it's hard to swing, those coils are going to come in handy. And it would be nice to have one of those in the arsenal when you're out in the fields or out in the woods or trying to get close to something. Those coils are going to be excellent to have. Heavy metals, that's what he said. Yeah, any additional coil sizes will be a win. Thank you so much. We are off and running, and I'm trying to catch up with everybody because we got a lot of people in here. I picked up a pretty much unused Tesoro Silver Saber. No idea how to use it. Estate sale hidden on the side of a freezer. I have used a Tesoro one time, and that was when I first started detecting, and I went on a hunt, and the guy that was doing the hunt provided you with the metal detector, and it was a Tesoro. The only time I've ever used a Tesoro, and it was the last time I used a Tesoro. But they are great machines, and they were early on. I know a lot of people that have found some really, really great things with those Tesoros. So metal detecting with CZ Kid, you learn how to dial it in, and you might be able to find some really cool stuff with it for sure. Josh says, yes, Steve Rods in Oklahoma makes a full carbon fiber system, even with a hole for water hunting. It's literally perfect. Yes, sir. He sure does. And I've seen that, and you can get it with a counterweight too to balance it out. So it feels really good. I've used the guys or swung the guys that was using it at Dig Stock last year, and he really liked that shaft. Don't Tread on Me says UF Deus just raised the kilohertz on the existing software. Yes, and they could. We'll see. An update could possibly do that for sure. Detector 2 Guns, glad to have you in here. Yeah, but some detectors are better than others. And that's true. I mean, it goes back to what we've always said. You're paying more for features, you're paying more for, upgrades and all this sort of stuff. But again, at the end of the day, it's what we do with the machine. The machine is a tool. So there are some that will give you some extras and give you some benefits and help you out with the style of hunting that you do. That's why, again, I use the Deus too. That's not to say that the Manicore or the Legend or even some of these machines below $500 won't find some of the same things that I'm finding. It's just I like using those machines. I like having those settings. I like being able to adjust my machines. So that's why I go with the machine that I go with, and which is the XP Deus 2. Josh says yes for the Deus 2. Okay, I'm trying to catch up, guys. Right back at you, CZ. Glad to have you. Hello, Alabama Digger. I'm just trying to follow. We got the myth, the legend in here. Look at there. The myth, the legend just gave us $2. Buddy, you need to be in here with me. I could use your help. But Calabash Digger, appreciate you, buddy. Always glad to have you with us. And hopefully you'll be on. And I know a lot of people would love to see you on here with me. And hopefully that's going to happen real soon. And we're going to drag him onto this show, and we can all have a really big time with Calabash, and we get NC Relic Hunter in here too. It's going to be fun when we have that show. Alabama Digger says, with improvements of 1.10, you have to wonder how much better the Deus 2 can get. It's so good now. It's unbelievable. I agree with you, Alabama Digger. I'm always amazed. Every time I take that machine out, Dan seeing me using this machine, he knows that every time I go out, I'm always playing with something, trying to fine tune it. I play with different programs. I try to fine tune it the best I can. And it just keeps giving. It really does. It's just an awesome machine. Detector 2 Gun says, I had a PI detector. I love digging those 13-inch bobby pins, leathers, and lead weights. You definitely will with those big coils. Matthew Macon says thick woods. Yes, if you're talking about the coils, getting into thick woods with those small coils would be great. Wild here says he'd be down for 9x5. Tesoro is already on eBay. Well, I'm telling you, back in the day, those Tesoro machines were killer. I know a lot of people that were using them when I first started, and that was a good machine back in its day. Doug is on here. Doug, we shared your finds tonight. We appreciate you sharing those finds, those Civil War bullets, and appreciate you sharing that with us. And go back and watch the replay, and you will see your finds. So now that we've sort of talked about coils, let's talk about why that 5x9 or why we would use the 9-inch. So there was a video that was put up on YouTube. I think it was earlier today, actually. And the guy was showing the 9-inch versus a smaller coil. I think he was showing the 8-inch on the Manicore. And he was basically saying that, with the 9-inch, you could swing over the target, you could possibly miss. Whereas because that 9-inch is a round coil, that's why you could possibly miss. And the elliptical coil is a smaller, lengthier coil. So it would actually help in hitting that target. And in some cases, that's probably true, but that's not true in all cases, or at least I don't think so. I think it just really all depends on where you swing that coil over that target. If that target's up a little bit or down a little bit next to a piece of iron, it could change the whole way that machine reacts to that. So, but I do believe that in really tight spaces, you need something that is smaller, something that you can get to and wiggle between. And I think that tends to help. The one thing that I noticed with the smaller coil, especially with the Deus, was that with that elliptical, it was really, really fine as far as being able to get the sweet spot of that coil over the target. So that was the only drawback I saw to it. I love swinging it because naturally it makes it light, and it does work well in those really heavy, trashy iron sights. And, again, that'll be everyone else's call, but I want to see that 5x9. I want to see it back for a Deus 2. And I want to grab one and get one as soon as I can when that happens. So hopefully that's going to happen real soon. Don't Tread on Me says, yes, those were, Calabash has been putting up some content lately, basically going through the Not the Score. You guys can go back and check those videos out. Check out Calabash, one of my best friends, and one of the people that I rely on the most as far as my metal detecting information, because Calabash is a wealth of knowledge. And most of what you see me doing is basically I got from that guy. So that's where a lot of it came from. Josh says Calabash should be stretching a P cord, y'all. I'm just saying. Yes. Well, Josh, we need to get him a P cord for sure. So we'll definitely Definitely do that. And I'm trying to catch up. Heavy metal detector says, Doug, nice. CW bullets. There you go, Doug. William Burt says, the only thing I wish would be a menu layout be different. That would be my only gripe. And you may see that. Who knows? You know, some people think maybe the XY screen, maybe they could do some improvements there, and it might happen. So Surfside Dan says, wait till tomorrow. The area has been busted. Bring plenty of sushi. I can't wait, Dan. We're gonna knock fire tomorrow, I hope. So Calabash Southern Relic Adventures for Ambassador. Well, look, buddy, everything that I've done, I've gotten from you, and I appreciate you so much. We've had some fun adventures together, and we started on this crazy journey about 7-8 years ago together, and it's been a blast. It really has. And Calabash is an amazing metal detectorist. He does a great job. He's a wealth of knowledge. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that I've learned, I've actually learned from him and hunting with him and sharing in those adventures. So there we go. Anyway, also better on concentrating on non-ferrous targets sitting in an iron bed. Definitely. So true. NC Relic Hunter says, Josh Sipes, maybe Santa Claus will bring Calabash a P cord. There you go. There it is. Santa Claus is going to bring Calabash a P cord. I got a feeling that's coming. Santa's going to catch up with Calabash at his house and drop that P cord off. Yeah, you really have to overlap with yes, and that's what I saw a little bit, Relics and Rings, and I totally agree with that. So that's why you need different size coils, right? And we've said this, and you guys know that we've talked about this on the live stream. You know, there are some things you'll find with the 9 that the 11 won't hit, but there's some things you'll find with 11 that the 9 won't hit. I mean, it's just, and 13 as well. I mean, you guys have seen me using the 13 and 13 unmasked better than any big coil that I've ever used, or at least that's what it appears to be doing. Now, part of it is it's covering more ground. So I got more targets underneath the coil, which means I'm able to maybe get some of those targets that I might have missed with a smaller size coil. So there are advantages to all these different size coils, and the 5x9 will serve an advantage in certain situations. That's why it's great if you can have all these different size coils. I think those things are just awesome. So Doug Atkins says, I got my charging cords that you showed last Friday. Works like a champ. Oh, yes. And guys, yeah, check out Sirius Detecting. They've got some great charging cords. I showed it last week. I don't have one out with me right now, but you don't have to screw them in. They just slide right on, and that's it. So if you go to Sirius Detecting, you can find them on there. They work extremely well. I've charged my coils with them, and they work outstanding. So yes, Don't Tread on Me says yes, nooks and crannies for sure. NC Relic Hunter says, I agree. Make a great ambassador. I appreciate that, buddy. You know I do. Yes, the no hoodoo voodoo. Yes, with the Calabash diggers, and right. And Calabash does a great job of explaining things and explaining it in a way that most people can understand. He's a wealth of knowledge. Digging Daryl just says that he just received his M8 coil for the Manicore, and it works really good in his test garden. Thank you for sharing that, Digging Daryl. I've been on the lookout for one of those too. So I'll be curious to hear your information about it. He says he's taking it to a Civil War campsite tomorrow to see how it does. It is the backup to my Deus too. Hope it works. And I hope it works for you too. It looks like a strong coil as well. William Burt says, yeah, I got my cord also. Calabash says, hey, Digging Daryl, where did you get it? Because Calabash and I would like to get our hands on one too. I know you probably pre-ordered it, and whoever had it probably doesn't have any more of them. But good luck to you, Digging Daryl. Metal Detecting with CZ Kid says that as well. NC Love, why should you have more tools in your toolbox for all areas? Well, it's just nice. It really is having those different size coils because, again, some things you're going to miss depending on the size of those coils. It just is. We can be as thorough as we want. And I've gone back into sites with the 11-inch coil and found things after I felt like I had gone over it real thoroughly with the 9-inch coil, and the same thing with the 13-inch coil, and so on. It's just one of those things. And you can go back and try it and see what you find. But again, I've gone back to places with those different size coils and been able to find things that I missed. So Digging Daryl says outlaw metal detectors, and he said that he was first on his pre-order list for that 8-inch Manicore coil. So right, NC, yeah, exactly, right, exactly. Thank you, NC Lost Relic Recovery. We gotta get together real soon, and maybe get out and do a hunt. So we talked about coils, and there was one other thing too that I wanted to discuss tonight. We've been on here for almost an hour. Doug Atkins says, I'm holding out for the 5x9 for the Deus too. We hunt a lot of plowed fields, and the skinnier coil would really help. And it would, because like I said, it's just a different shape to it. And sometimes that different shape will help in certain situations. So again, William Birch says, sometimes I go out with the Deus too and bring my 800 with the 6, 11, and 15-inch coil. And that's what we used to do when we were hunting with the Deus. We would take the Equinox along, and we would go behind us with the Equinox sometimes and just see, if we miss something, and see if the Equinox can find it. So there's advantages to that, of having two machines like that, or having all those different coil sizes, which is what we're saying here tonight. So appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. That's a great bunch of information. Please go over and click on that poll that I put up on YouTube, and let me know your thoughts. If you want to leave a comment, you can. I'm going to share that information with XP and let them know this is what the users and what people are wanting. And so go over there, check out that poll. Definitely would appreciate that. Click on it and share this video too. So I appreciate it. Hit the like button too if you haven't already. I know most of you have, but I appreciate that well. NC Lost Relic Recovery says he's got to get himself a P cord. Definitely get you one. Don't Tread on Me says that 6-inch coil on the Knox is a killer combo. And yes, and I used it. Calabash just saw me dig, and I don't know if he's still on here. He saw me dig some outstanding finds with that 6-inch coil on the Equinox. So yeah, it was a good coil for sure. Unfortunately, I don't have my Equinox anymore. All right, so the other topic, and we only got a few minutes, but the other topic that I wanted to discuss tonight is when you're looking at a machine, and I put this up on as a poll too, what is more important to you guys? Is it separation or is it depth? So I want you to think about that. Leave your comment over on the right-hand side. Which is more important when you're looking at a machine? Do you go with a machine that seems to be a deeper machine, or do you go with the machine that has the better separation? Not necessarily the deepest, but better separation. Leave me your comment over in the chat. I'm real curious as to see what most of you say. Mine is separation, but of course I hunt iron patches, and those iron patches are there, and I need that separation capability in those iron patches. Some of you may just hunt fields where you're not dealing with a lot of iron, or you hunt parks where you're not dealing with as much iron, or you're not dealing with a lot of trash. And so again, separation is probably the one that I go with. I'm looking for the best separator. Let's see what people are saying over in the chat. Alabama Digger says separation at depth. That's a good one, Alabama. Separation at depth. LC Hunt said the same thing. Looks like separation. Steve Pickle says depth and ease of use. I agree. And that was the other thing I was going to put on that poll. Ease of use and price were the other things, but we're just going to deal with separation and depth. Don't Tread on Me says he wants both. Right. And I think we do have a few machines that are giving us both. NC Relic Hunter says separation for him. And like Surfside Dan said, depends on the area you're hunting. And some of us are more attuned to certain areas where we need depth, or we need separation. So, and it's nice if you got both. And some of the more premium machines like the Deus 2 and the Manicore tend to give you the best of both worlds. But as you go down the ladder, you can sort of see some of those other machines, they're either really sort of good at one thing or the other, but some of them are really deep. The Simplex. Calabash sent me a video of that Simplex. I even put it up. And that Simplex was hitting coins at unbelievable depths as a single frequency machine. Doesn't cost that much. The Xtera's got pretty good depth for a lower end machine. So there are a lot of great choices out there, but most of us, it seems like most of everybody on here is agreeing. Separation. William Burt says separation. Most machines go deep enough here in Wisconsin. And again, like Dan said, it's mainly depending on what type of hunting you're doing and where you're hunting, as most of us are saying. So thank you, NC Relic Hunter, for the donation. I appreciate it. Those donations go straight back to the channel. Thank you, Diggin' Daryl. We appreciate you. You're always a great supporter of what we're doing. Yes, thank you. Yes, and I'm going on a lot of hunts, and I've got some primo spots too, since you brought that up. I have hit gold over the last 2 weeks, and I can't wait to go out to some of these places. So again, thank you, Diggin' Daryl, for the donation. I appreciate it. All of your support definitely goes back into what we're doing. I've got cameras galore. I've got drones. I've got all kinds of stuff to try to bring you guys some of the best content on YouTube. And Calabash is doing the same thing. So again, you guys helping our channels out definitely helps us bring some of that content to you guys. So really appreciate you doing that. He says absolutely separation. Tater 2 Guns says it depends on the site that he's hunting. NC Lost Relic Recovery separation. I hunt every heavy iron. Deus 2 is also deep. Dug a KG3 at 12 inches in iron. Yes, I mean, that's it. Really is. Clean ground. He wants depth. I definitely agree with you on that, Tesh Ridge Digger. And NC Relic Hunter, thank you, buddy. I wish you were here with us. We're praying for you. Thanks for the donation tonight. Great supporter and a very good friend of mine. Appreciate you, buddy, so much. Tesh Ridge Digger says polluted ground, separation best. Can't go deep anyway. Yeah. And again, both depth and separation depending on the site. Separation is imperative in trashy parks. Josh Sipes says started with separation, but depth is more important if you're somewhere like the beach, right? And again, some of the upper tier machines do have that, and some of these mid tier and lower tier machines, those machines too can be really deep. And I think somebody just said that a minute ago that depth is sort of common with a lot of these machines. So separation is very important. Separation at depth, which was one of the comments too, which I think is really good too. Those things are things that can help us. And, if you're looking for, a real, a coin that's tucked in iron, or you're looking for Civil War button that's tucked in iron, that separation is going to be key. And so I want a machine that is really good at separating. And the Deus 2 gives me really the best of both worlds. I think that sensitive full tones are plenty deep. Most of the programs on the Deus 2 are deep. Some are deeper than others. But I've noticed that sensitive full tones on the Deus 2 seem like it hits stuff pretty deep, even deeper than some of the other programs. That's just me. And it is. My soul's different from a lot of other people's. So again, Don't Tread on Me says, I've been killing it in reactivity of 0 and deep high conductor, high square full tones, and the separation amazing to me as well. Right. Deep high conductor is a good one. I use deep high conductor a lot. I need to get back to trying to use deep high conductor as well. Metal detecting with CZ Kids said great engineering in Australia, shows for M8 in stock, 8x5. I'm not sure if Calabash checked into that, and he found out that and if he's still on here, he might be able to answer. I think he found out that they wouldn't ship to the U.S. Heather Norman says she found her first 925 men's necklace a couple of days back. Congratulations, Heather. What machine were you using, Heather? I'd be curious to know. Congratulations, that. Um, William Birch says, I max out the reactivity on a site I hit a dozen times and find a mercury diamond. It was a small area. So here's one thing that I'm going to say. It's always good to go back over sites and use different reactivities. That's a very key thing. If you have access to go back to the same site, using the different reactivity settings, punch a little bit deeper. Try to clean out as much of the big iron as you can if it is a site that's loaded with iron, and then go back with a different reactivity and start lowering that reactivity, and then boom, out comes something outstanding. So William Birch is definitely on the right track doing that. So thank you, William, for sharing that. That brought that up to me. Right. So Detector Two Guns, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that donation. Again, goes to our channel. You're a great supporter of the channel, and I appreciate you so much. And thanks for being here tonight and spending time with us. We appreciate it. Heather Norman says she was using her Xterra Pro. Very good. And the Xterra Pro, I mean, did you see this? Bass Pro Shops had the Xterra Pro for $219. That's a steal. And that machine's got a lot of nice features at $219. I mean, $269, it's got a lot of features that you're just not going to see on a lot of other machines. So congratulations, Heather. That is super, super awesome. Yes, Deus 2 for separation, CZ3D for raw depth. Oh, wow. Yeah, I agree. Let's see here. Absolutely. Very good. Reactivity on the Deus is fast, even at 0. That's true. So when I hunt the beach, I did a lot of live streams on the beach on TikTok, and people used to say, you're swinging too fast. You're not going to find me. And I'm going like, look, this machine, it don't matter. I could run the recovery at 0 and I'm still going to swing the same because it's just got unbelievable recovery regardless, even at 0, even at 1, even at 1.5. The recovery speed is excellent on the Deus 2, and metal detecting with CZ Kid is exactly right. Yes, one word, grid. That's true. I do a lot of gridding too, Bobby Short. Grid with all these different coils, grid with different reactivities if you have the option to go back to some of these places. I'm telling you, that's why you keep finding things on some of these places by doing those things. NC Lost Relic Recovery, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. Yeah, Heather, that was an outstanding price that they were running at Bass Pro Shops at $219 for the Xterra Pro. So, yeah, that was outstanding price. And again, I think the Xterra, for the price, for what you get with that machine, it's a pretty good machine for that price for sure. Yes, and go back with different detectors. That's right. I've done the same thing. You're exactly right, Detector Two Guns. Appreciate that. Yeah, 219 is a steal. Steve Pickle says, my Apex tested at 10-inch on a small gold chain, and that's not bad for that machine. It depends on what coil you were using, because I think they've got some different coil sizes too, Steve. I'm not as familiar with the Apex, but I know they got like a sniper coil and some other coils that you can get with it. So I'd be interested to hear what coil you were using. Alabama Digger, who watches the Detector? It's Laugh Out Loud. Just watched it today. First time got it playing through the seasons. Very good. Yeah, I've watched that show, Alabama Digger. It's pretty cool. It's a really good show. Funny, real funny in some parts. Don't Tread on Me says, never swung under reactivity 1 until a few days ago. All I can is wow. All right. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with using a lower reactivity. And again, if you're not having to deal with tons and tons of iron, I don't have a problem using that low reactivity in some of these places. I've got a campsite, a Civil War campsite that I've hunted, and Calabash and I have gone out there with 0 and 1 reactivity trying to find some of these really deep bullets or deep buttons that were on this site, because we dug a lot of them off of this site. So again, using that reactivity lower is definitely awesome. So Digging Daryl says, don't forget to mention the group. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Digging Daryl. I will. Great way to learn to become better at metal detecting. And I will say that since you brought that up, let's put that up on the channel here. We've got our exclusive membership for the SRA True Relic Hunter level at $9.99. What do you get for $9.99? You get loyalty badges, and we host a members-only monthly live stream where you guys can come on. You can ask questions to me. I'll be glad to share knowledge with you. Any news or anything that I have, we're going to share in those live streams just for the members. We're still going to continue to do our regular members, our regular live stream on Friday night. So we're still going to continue to do that. And this is just another way for you guys to share information with me, share information with the members. And they'll be the first people to see some of this stuff, as well as we're going to have some special giveaways for those people that sign up for the membership. And it is $9.99 a month, but it is a great way to learn some things about metal detecting. So if you are interested, you don't have to do it, because we're still going to be doing our live streams for everybody. But if you are interested in maybe getting a little more, then sign up for the membership. We would appreciate it. Again, goes straight back into the channel, help support us, what we're doing, and so on. So thank you, Digging Daryl, for reminding me about the membership program. So thank you. How much are you using the Go Terrain app? I've used it a couple of times. It's actually going to be beneficial for what I'm doing right now, as I'm looking for structures on a plantation site. And so I'm going to try to document where the concentrated iron is on some of these sites. So we are going to be using the Go Terrain app. The only problem I found out is it drains the battery pretty fast. And it'll drain the battery on your phone when you're using it. And if you're going to use it, use push. Don't use auto, because if you use auto, you're going to be overwhelmed with notifications like you've never seen before. So use push. You can document where you're getting some of those targets. It also allows you to take a picture. You get to mark it on a map. But if you haven't checked out the Go Terrain, I think you can sign up for it for free for the first 7 days, I think, or something like that. But go check it out if you have an iOS or an Android phone. It is available. And if you got a Deus 2, it automatically connects to your Coil. It will even bring up the ID numbers and things right there on the screen. And you can mark your targets, and you can take pictures of your targets. You can talk about anything that you want to talk about and type it in as a description, and it saves them all in the cloud for you to go back and review. So if you go back to that spot, you'll be able to tell where you've been, where you haven't been, where you found something. Maybe you want to go and hunt that area again. Those types of things will help in those situations. So go check out the Go Terrain app if you haven't already. Thank you, Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group, for bringing that up to me. 11x6, Steve Pickle says. Oh, the Viper, right. And I know that's sort of an elliptical coil too. So it's probably pretty good for getting in some really trashy areas. Heather Norman said I should have waited. No, you got a good deal. At $269, you didn't go wrong. I promise you, you didn't, Heather. So congratulations on that machine. You're gonna definitely enjoy that machine for sure. Chris, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Don't Tread on Me says, I'm on a pre-industrial revolution site. Very good. Hope you find some stuff. Send us your finds. I really love the Detectorist series. Second word, slow your swing. Wait, that's 3 words. That's true, Bobby Short. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. NC Loss, thank you for being here tonight, NC Loss. Hunting deer, not relics tomorrow. There you go. You got to get up early to hunt those deer for sure. That's only 32 cents a day to become better at detecting. Thank you, Digging Dare. I appreciate your support, buddy. You are a awesome supporter. And again, a great wealth of knowledge as well. That small slight was a hit with a Fisher F5, Minelab Safari 5x9, 1115, and box 6-inch 1115. So the Deus 2 got that dime where it was missed before. Well, a lot of us are seeing that, William. I agree with you 100%. Thanks for sharing. And he says, and the Knox. Steve Pickle, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. That really helps out with the channel. And again, we're going to be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned and get your name in for that giveaway. We appreciate you. Wisco to Texas, I just started the Go Terrain app. I will be using it tomorrow. I really like it so far. Well, again, Wisco, make sure you use push and don't, it's going to drain your battery somewhat. It'll drain your battery on your remote. So if you're using one of those programs that's real a battery hog, then you might want to think about how much you use it, where you're going to use it, and so on. So just a word of advice on that. Make It Where it says thanks. Yes, and Heather Norman says good luck with your next trip. Okay, so let's look at our poll, because some of you have filled out that poll, and let's see what you guys said on the poll off of YouTube. I'm going to pull that up real quick. Unmasking in depth, 75% of you said unmasking. That's with 24 votes. If you haven't voted, then go back and vote. I would greatly appreciate it. And on the elliptical coil, the 5x9 is winning at 67%. 6-inch round was at 14%. And 19% said that they would like to have both. So there you go on a 5x9. And maybe we'll include the larger coil and see how many of you are interested in a larger coil for the XP Deus 2. So let's take that off the stage. And we're going to take that off. So, guys, it's been a great show. God, an hour just flies by with you guys. Everybody makes this fun for me. And all the information that was shared, all the knowledge that was gained, I mean, that's priceless to me. And I appreciate you guys being a great supporter of the channel. Thank you, NC Relic Hunter. I appreciate you. So we're gonna do a couple of giveaways tonight. So Heather says she got her machine for $230. That's a great price, Heather. $219, $230. That's still a really good deal. There's my man, Stink Ass Cat, showing up here. Thank you for being here tonight, buddy. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for supporting us and what we're doing. I appreciate the donation. Yes, it was a great chat. Everybody on here is just super friendly, super knowledgeable. And that's what makes our channel one of the better channels. I think one of the better YouTube channels out there as far as live streams and sharing information. We've got a good group on here, and I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all, Wisco, thank you, buddy. And Wisco, I mean this honestly. I want you to come on here live with me one night, and we'll try to plan that up real soon. And let's get you on here, and you can talk about some of your experiences as well. You've been a great supporter, and I appreciate you moderating and doing all these other things for us and encouraging people. So thank you, Wisco. We appreciate you. Okay, so with that being said, let's do our giveaway tonight. So y'all see that I got on my Deus 2 t-shirt, okay? How would you guys like to win a Deus 2 t-shirt tonight right here on the live stream? We're going to do it, and we're going to see who's going to be the lucky person that's going to go home with a Deus 2 t-shirt. So we got T-Birds Digging. Glad to have you in here tonight, T-Birds Digging. We appreciate you. Alabama Digger says, can you and Calabash talk to XP about letting us run 2 versions on our remote so we can have sensitive full tones and 1.10 and deep high conductor on 0.71? I'll mention it. Calabash could mention it too. So we would definitely do that. And Wisco says he would love to. We'd love to have you. Great group, great community. It is one of the best. James Giselle says, I wear a 2XL. Well, James, I might have a 2XL. So we got to see what's going to happen. Yeah, a lot of really experienced detectorists that are on this live stream. They are. Everybody on here is super knowledgeable. I hope XP makes that shirt in 3 fat. Well, I will say this. I've got 2XL down. So whoever wins gets the first choice of the big boy size. And so we'll see. But we're going to do that drawing. Metal detecting, Northwestern Wisconsin. Glad to have you in here tonight. We appreciate you being in here. And we're going to give a Deus 2 t-shirt, which you see me wearing tonight. And it even says, oh, I got it on the other side. It even says full multi-frequency on the sleeve. I like it. So here it is. Deus 2 t-shirt. We've got double X on down. You guys are going to be the first one to get one of these Deus 2 t-shirts. Are we winning the t-shirt, the one you are wearing? No, you're not winning this one. This one's mine. Big boy me up. I got 2XL. So whoever wins tonight, they get the only 2XL I got. So that's as big as I got. Surfside Dan says if he wins, he'll send it to Wisco to tech. Yeah, Dan's already got one of these shirts. So Wisco says, perfect, I'm an XL. That's right, Wisco. So maybe somebody will take the double X and you can get in on the XL. It says sweet shirt. It is. And I love the cotton. It's just that soft feel cotton, which feels really good on your skin. And Steve Pickle says XL will work. And they said I'm a 2X. All right. So let's get this party started. Let's do our giveaway tonight. And I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second here. And let's share us a screen with the giveaway tool. Share. And there we are. So we are going to be collecting comments. And you need to type in, if I can get it to work here. You need to type in hashtag Relic. Hashtag Relic. Go ahead and do that for an XP Deus 2 t-shirt for tonight. Get in on this. And type in hashtag Relic. And we're going to collect these entries. And we're going to see who the lucky person's going to be tonight to win an XP Deus 2 t-shirt. And I'll give you guys a few minutes. Hashtag Relic. We got 25 entries, 26. We got 48 people in here. I hope everybody will try to win something. I got something else I'm going to give away too, so hang on for sure. Hashtag Relic. Got 31. All right. Is that it? Is that going to be it? 31 people out of the 45. Wait a couple more minutes. Okay. I don't see any more coming through. So we're going to do our drawing. And you guys are going to be the first to get a Deus 2 t-shirt. Everyone is copying my answer. Relic. LOL. Blast the Cat. And Blast the Cat won last week. Or won during our members only live stream. So he might have a chance of winning something cool tonight too. So let's see here. All right. Let's do our drawing. Let's see who's going to be the lucky winner. Let's do our drawing. And we're going to start that drawing now. Let's see what happens. Winner, Detecting Adventures, Aggie Hall. Aggie is mopping up. So Aggie wins a Deus 2 t-shirt. So Aggie, I think I've got your address. So congratulations. You need to send me an email and tell me what size shirt that you would like. Very good. Congratulations, Aggie Hall. Thank you for being here tonight and getting an XP Deus 2 t-shirt. Yes, I know. You're doing great. So Aggie won an XP Deus to t-shirt. So the other one maybe isn't quite as sexy, but it's something that a lot of us could use. And that is going to be, let me go back up here. Let me take this down for 1 second. Put me back up. That is going to be a nice magnifying loupe XP with XP on it. Most of us, you know how we get out there. We want to see those dates on those coins, or we want to see what a button is. We're trying to figure it out. Well, now you can with an XP loupe that you can take out in the field. And we're going to give away this XP magnifying loupe for you to have and for you to use on your next adventure. So I'll open it up here. There it goes. But it's XP magnifying loupe. So you can identify your finds out in the field. And it's small, compact. Take it and put it in your pouch, your pocket, your finds pocket, pouch, or wherever. And you can check out your finds and look at them under a magnifying glass. So there you go. For sure. So, all right. So let's set us up another. Let's set us up another drawing. And this one's going to be hashtag. I'm going to start up here. Let's put this on the screen for you guys. So the next one's going to be for the magnifying glass. It's going to be hashtag SRA for the magnifying loupe. Magnifying loupe for you guys that have bad eyes. Hashtag SRA. We will hashtag SRA, and you get beautiful, got it upside down, beautiful XP magnifying loupe. Always cool. And everybody can use one of those for sure. Oops. Pull it back up there. Hashtag SRA. I'll give everybody a few minutes. We got 28 entries so far. 29. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Thank you so much. Members, remember that you guys are going to be having a live stream coming up the week of Christmas. So maybe you'll have something you can give away as a Christmas present to a metal detectors. Yeah, blind as a bat. I know the feeling, Steve, for sure. Gary Ennis says, I'm frozen. So I let my brother back east my Deus too. He had an Equinox 600. He said there's no comparison and loves the Deus too. That's good to hear, Gary. Yes, Heavy Metal Detectors Group says, great show. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for sharing our channel and putting our live streams up too. We appreciate that so much. Yes, T-Birds, yes, thank you. And thanks to XP. Thank them too. So I think we got 33 people that have joined in for the drawing. Yes. Hi, Fred says senior citizens first. Well, look, I know that feeling very well, Fred, for sure. So 33. I think that's where we've stopped. Anybody else going once, going twice? Sold. All right. Metal Detector Northwest said, my new Not the Double Score is coming Wednesday. Ordered it as a loaner, but I just might have to try it out a bit. Go ahead, give it a shot. Let us know what you think too, Metal Detector Northwestern Wisconsin. All right, we ready to do our drawing. So let's see what happens here with our magnifying glass, an XP magnifying loupe. So, yeah, appreciate that, Metal Detector Northwestern Wisconsin. Let's draw. Thank you, Aggie. I appreciate you so much. Again, thank you so much. And Aggie just left us. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And and I will get that out. I apologize. This one was a little bit late. I'll try to get him out a little bit sooner, but we will have that out to you. So thank you so, so much. All right, so let's do our drawing here. Everybody ready? Let's see who's going to be the winner of the magnifying loop. And it's going to be metal detecting Northwestern Wisconsin. So congratulations. You got a knock the score coming, and now you got an XP magnifying loop. How about that? So you can take it out and use it when you find those great finds that you're going to find with the not the score. But there you go. So you're going to have an XP loop to go with you as well. Yeah, congratulations, metal detecting Northwestern Wisconsin. Again, if you need to shoot me your address and I will get that out to you, it's sransc@gmail.com, and we will get that magnifying loop out to you as soon as possible. So, guys, I think that's going to do it. We've been on here for an hour, almost an hour and a half. You guys have been great. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Again, congratulations to the winners. The shirt, t-shirt, and the magnifying loop will be going out to those winners. Make sure you guys shoot me your addresses, and we'll make sure that that happens for you. Yes, Metal Detecting Northwestern, we're glad that you won something for sure. Yes, it is. And we appreciate you guys being here and tuning in tonight, whether you were tuning in from Facebook or whether you were tuning in from YouTube. We appreciate all of you being here. We've got another great show coming next Friday night as well. Again, if you're interested in signing up for a membership, you can do that. It's $9.99 a month. You get loyalty badges. You get an exclusive members only live stream, and we're doing special giveaways for those people that are members as well. So again, guys, thank you so, so much for being a super audience and for listening to me banner over the last last hour. So I appreciate you guys for being here. We've got more content coming, so stay tuned. Dan and I are heading out tomorrow for a great hunt. And then I've got some really exclusive places that I'm going to be going and going to be showing some of my finds and some of the things that I'm doing on my hunts. So look forward to bringing that content to you guys real soon. Special prayers for NC Relic Hunter. I hope his mom is doing okay and trying to deal with his situation at home. But we hope that he has a lot of support, and I'm sure he does, and he's got our support for sure. So prayers for his family and for his mom and for him and everyone else that's associated with his family. So again, special prayer for him. We missed him, and hopefully we're going to have him back on coming up real soon, and maybe Calabash, maybe we can get him on here. And then we're going to have some guests and some other people coming in real time sometime soon as well. So again, that's going to be it. Thank you all so much. I hope everybody has a wonderful, fantastic weekend. If you want to share some finds, remember it's SRA, I can't ever do this, sransc@gmail.com. If you're a winner and I need your address to ship you your prize, definitely send me that, and I'll be glad to get that out as soon as I can. And I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Take care, everyone, and I will catch you guys on my next adventure. We will see you guys soon. Take care and have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you.